Okay. Name is Brett, B-R-E-T. Last is Ficklin, that's F like in Frank, I-C-K-L-I-N. I am a lieutenant with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department Traffic Bureau.
If you could give us kind of a rundown of what happened to you.
Okay, tonight, according to an area resident who witnessed the collision at about 8:42 this evening, a white mid-size SUV Range Rover was southbound Pavilion Center, making an eastbound turn, left-hand turn, into the residential area with the street of Regal Mesa. The witness heard what sounded like a dirt bike with high RPMs coming northbound along Pavilion Center. Did not see the motorcycle until it got real close and actually hit the SUV as the SUV was making a left-hand turn. The motorcycle was a dirt bike. It looks like it was a Honda 450. It was being ridden by what we believe are two brothers, one 18 and one 14. And the motorcycle had no lights. So the combination of what's most likely higher than posted 30-mile-an-hour speed here in this area, the darkness of the conditions, the fact that the motorcycle did not have any lights on it. The motorcycle crashed into the passenger side door of the Range Rover making a left-hand turn, and unfortunately the 18-year-old and the 14-year-old did not survive the collision. The driver of the Range Rover remained on scene, has been cooperative. We do not believe impairment is an issue at this time, but this is just a very sad situation where a family has lost two young ones today to a situation that could have been easily avoided.
Other than the fact that the motorcycle did not have lights, was the motorcycle going at a high speed?
According to the witness, obviously he said he heard the motorcycle before he could see it. He didn't see it until it had until just before it had the collision with the SUV. He said he saw he could see the collision developing before it happened, and from his estimates, he believes that the motorcycle was traveling at a far greater speed than the 30-mile-an-hour posted speed limit.
We spoke to a parent in the area earlier who said that they've heard of other speeding issues on this road and other issues with, dangerous drivers. Have you guys gotten reports of things like that in this area before?
Yes, we've had reports of that. Recently, we were having problems with teenagers or youngsters riding dirt bikes, not only here in Summerlin, but in other areas, and treating it like a little racetrack area. Speeding up and down the roadways, and the problem that we have is, one, many of these teenagers or many of these children are not licensed riders and licensed drivers. Most of the vehicles or most of the motorcycles they're riding are not street legal, they're not street worthy. The motorcycle tonight is a dirt bike. It doesn't have the tires for the street, doesn't have the lights for the street, and there's no reason why that motorcycle should have been ridden on the street. We know that it's riding a motorcycle, believe me, I ride a motorcycle at work every day. It's a very enjoyable activity, but there are times and places for the types of bikes that you have. And for those parents who are going out and buying dirt bikes for their kids to be able to enjoy themselves, they need to remember that these are dirt bikes, that they shouldn't be, these vehicles should not be on the roadway, and parents need to make sure they're keeping good overwatch on their kids and what they're doing on these motorcycles. These motorcycles shouldn't be ridden on the streets to get to a desert area either. Either they need to be pushed to the desert area or they need to be trailered to the desert area, but there's no way that these motorcycles should be on the roadway in any shape or form.
Do we know if the 14 or the 18-year-old was driving?
And just a tragic accident that we are learning about, as are you. An 18-year-old and a 14-year-old died. They were on a Honda 450. That's essentially a dirt bike. It had no lights and was traveling at a high rate of speed on southbound Pavilion Center, turning onto Regal Mesa. This happened at 8:42 this evening, and both the 18-year-old and the 14-year-old on that dirt bike did die in that crash with the SUV, as detailed by Metro Police. Just a tragic accident. Much more information can be found on 8newsnow.com.